Three. Hey everyone, Coach Jess here from fillyourbooks.com. I'm here with Lydia, one of our amazing students who joined us in December of 2022. And we are now coming to the end of her 90 days of our program. We're in April of 2023. And I just wanted to highlight her experience and have her share a little bit of, her journey with us through Fill Your Books. So I'm going to have her kick us off to introduce herself and also where she's from and what she does in the industry. So go ahead, Lydia, take it away.
Okay. So my name is Lydia. I'm from New York. I'm in the Bronx and I'm a nail tech. That's
very talented.
I do.
So how did you come to doing nails? Just out of curiosity.
Actually, coming to doing nails was actually the most longest process for me, to be quite honest. Previously to this, I was going to college. I was in college for 2 years, and I was actually in a program that was helping me with college. And it was like a college success kind of program while being in college. And I completely gave all that up to do nails, to be quite honest. Yeah.
Wow. And you've been doing nails for about a little over a year now, right?
Yeah, like I think it's now a year and 2 months now.
Yeah. So you've come such a long way so far, but tell me a little bit about what led you to Fill Your Books in the first place.
To be quite honest, it was an Instagram ad that you guys had. And I was like, you know what? Because I was in my mind, I was like, I always want to be great at whatever I do. And then I saw that ad and I was like, maybe I should consider it. To be quite honest, I skipped that ad about like 100 times before, which I wish I didn't, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I feel like that's very common. It takes a few times for you guys to see it before you're really like, okay, I think that this is like my next step. So for you, like, what was finally that moment after like going past it 1,000 times that you're like, you know what?
The moment was realizing that I couldn't do this by myself, to be quite honest. Like, it was the moment where I was like, I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, the only thing I know that I'm doing is like, yeah, okay, I'm booking people, but I don't know how to make that more. Mm-hmm. So that was like the calling where it's like, okay, I want more. So I think I'm going to have to ask for more or do more. So that was the vibe.
Yeah. So what did you expect like when you were coming into this? Like
high school, 100%. I literally thought like, okay, they're going to give me assignments. I'm going to do it, hand it in, get graded. And then from there, we'll see how success turns out. Like, that was my mentality coming into this.
Yeah. What ended up happening? What has your experience been like?
Girl, ended up finding myself in more ways than one. Like, it's like, it's not even just about business. It's about just me. Like, it's like incredibly insane how much I've found, because I wasn't expecting to go on a journey. I legit just expected to like pass or fail kind of thing. So it was like, whoa, this is really nice.
Mm-hmm. And what does that journey look like for you?
A struggle, as all good things, because I went through it. Like, in the beginning, I actually had tried to join before, but I didn't have the funds to do it. And then there was an email that was sent like, hey, we're closing up shop, or we're closing our doors. And I was like, well, I'm panicking. Let me just do it anyway. Because that was like the real pushing point of me like joining. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can't wait anymore. I'm not going to have another opportunity like this again. I legit cried when I saw the email because I was struggling whether I wanted to do it or not, but I ended up doing it anyway. And then I got in, which was crazy. I was like, okay, yes, this is working. I have a coach and this is going to be dope. This is going to be really helpful. Like, and then in the beginning, it was like nice. It was like, I wouldn't say smooth sailing, but things were definitely nice and progressive. And then I had gone through like emotional, like very personal stuff. And then it was like, like it was just an up and down kind of trial, which I wasn't expecting. But like the program helps you think like, okay, but you have a time for this, but also don't forget what you're doing in the first place. Like, don't lose yourself over a situation. Like, you still got to be persistent and consistent in times like that. So it was awesome.
Yeah, no, you definitely had to have that persevering mentality and attitude, and you really did. I mean, it was something that could have broken most people, and you decided to overcome it and allow that to be that thing that you step off of and just be like, you know what, there's a reason to push even harder versus to like succumb to that and accept defeat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, definitely. Because it was crazy too, because I knew coming in, like we only had 90 days, right? So like I know it's only 2 months. And the fact that like in the first beginning month, like everything is going great. Like I wasn't expecting such a, the way I like to put it, like a life stopper. Like obviously my life didn't stop, but that's what it felt like. Like it was like a lot enough for me to be like, I actually did slack off. Like I told you this. Like I was like, I wasn't doing anything. Like I was getting upset that I wasn't doing anything either. And the fact that I was be able to get past that and keep going, amazing. Just amazing.
yeah. So did you feel supported during that time, like when you were kind of going through the ups and the downs, like the highs and the lows? Did you feel like you got the support that you needed through?
Most definitely, like even support in like the most weirdest ways. So it was like obviously number one was definitely having that conversation with you after I like spilled the beans. And then that conversation helped me so much. And then it was also like little knickknacks. Like for example, like when you guys do the coaching calls, I get a notification on my phone, and it was like that's a constant reminder that to be there for yourself. Like I take that as okay, yeah, to be there for yourself. And then like the ultimate like best one too was like when I actually talked to Jenna, I was like, oh, I was like, I used to like honestly, I had in my mind that since she's like so like she built this thing, by the way. Like that's number one. And I was like, wow. In my mind, I was like, a CEO is a CEO, whether you like it or not. It was all in my head. And I was like, oh my God, but she's an amazing, like she gets it. Like she's not just like like she went from 0 to 100 and then she completely changed. It's more like she gets it. Like she knows what it is to still be human. And that was the best part. I was like, okay, I can relax now. Like I don't have to be so on edge.
Yeah. No, I that's something that I've always loved and admired about Jenna is that it never went to her head, right? She's so grounded and she's so in tune and she's really here because she cares and she pays attention to each and every one of your stories. And so I love that you were able to feel that and you were able to relax and actually enjoy your conversation with her. That's
Yes, because the nervousness I had when I got on Slack and she was like, hey, I would like, to talk with you. And in my head, I'm going, oh my God, the CEO is gonna want to talk to me. How's this gonna pan out? When I tell you, like I was shaking in my seat. I was shaking in my seat. But after legit, like I feel like just a minute, she was like, hey, what's up? Like, tell me what's going on. She was like, I feel like I haven't, like I know about you, but I haven't seen you. I'm like, oh, I can relax. Like this is crazy. So it was like, it's very much exactly what you guys said, like a family here, because ain't no way. There's like the best way I could put it, there's like no social norm. It's legit just like people just genuinely being proud of your success or just genuinely being proud of just you being there for you. Like it's just like, here's the gratitude of you just being you. And that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. So catch us up to speed. What's been going on with you and your business now? Like what changes have you been able to see? And
So the best changes that I've been able to see is that I get to see at least like new clients every week. So that's been like a major win for me because before I actually complained about it to you before, and now that I'm really thinking about it, I was like, all I really get is my regulars back. Like that's the only people I feel like I'm seeing. And now it's come to a point where it's like, even at my workplace, I'll get stopped and be like, hey, are you Lydia from Lydia's Nail Lounge? And I'm like, yes, I am.
yes,
Like, let me hook you up.
and how do you feel about chatting with them in person versus before you took the program? Do you feel better and confident?
I actually love having the conversations in person. Like, I feel like, of course, like, because we do the IG outreaches and they're nice. They're really genuinely nice. However, doing it in person, I feel like, I guess you get to read them more. Like, you have more of a connection that way. And I actually prefer it. Like, I'm like, this is fun. Like, the fact that we can talk about this is awesome.
Yeah. And I love that they're starting to just recognize who you are and just know
What?
about you.
Oh my God, yes. You don't understand. I get pulled, I would say at least 3 times a week at work. Like, hey, you're Lydia's from Nail Nails, right? And I'm like, yes, I am. What do you need? What can I do?
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that's translating into new clients, and that's compounding into your business growing. And so what do you imagine kind of your next steps being for the future? What are your new goals as you're starting to build and grow?
My new goals in terms of my business, I'm hoping that it comes to a point where I no longer have to work at Target like that. Like, Target just could be like a nice experience and moment in time in my life. However, not like a forever thing. I'm excited to, like, I have big dreams. Like, my dreams, like, end goal is to definitely have my own building. I'm so serious. This is like my biggest dream, to have my own like beauty building.
Yeah.
But for right now, the goal is, one, to move out of my apartment, and two, to separate, like, because I work at home, but to separate home and business. So to hopefully work my way into getting like my own suite, like, or my own space, and just beautiful stuff,
All within like it's just barely over a year of you being in business and doing nails, and this is where you are. Like, that's amazing to me. And I'm sure other people who are watching this is just like, oh, like that would be nice if I could get to that point within a year of learning this skill set, where you see most people still after 5 years, still struggling and trying to figure out their next steps, and you're able to visualize those things already for yourself.
I would definitely say have big dreams, just big dreams, because the most scariest thing, and that's another thing, Fill Your Books helps you conquer like fear, like not to be afraid of fear, but to actually go through fear. Because that fear was the reason basically why I decided to be here in the first place. Like, the fear of not being able to be great at what I do was more fearful than doing this. Like, I was like, I'm more afraid if I don't do this that I'll be worse off. Like, that was where my head was at. I was like, I can't, I don't want to.
But now I feel like you're learning how to work through these little storms even easier. Like you're really getting stronger and more mature in your business. I feel like your business mind, and I think that growth in terms of your business mind had to start with your personal mind, right? And it has had that ripple effect, and it's been a really beautiful journey to see so far with you. This
Thank
growth.
God. Yes, thank God. I mean, listen, I ain't perfect. I'm still trying to I'm still trying to understand like how I can do better and manage better, because let me tell you, that still sometimes is the biggest like challenge in my rear corner, because it's a lot, like, just a lot. And recently I had nobody to help me. So that's another one. But it's a fun one. Like, I wasn't expecting to actually have fun not having someone else help me, like figuring it all out for myself. Honestly, the best thing. Another one.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just a practice, right? Like, it's constant practice. And the more you put in, the better you get. And it's almost like practicing until you like can't fail, right? And if you think about in sports, I mean, pro athletes who are even really good at what they do and are getting paid the big bucks, they still practice hard all the time, because that's what it takes. And
Kobe Bryant, right there. Kobe Bryant. For sure.
That's
That's another thing. My Instagram feed completely changed. Like, I will have motivational speeches on my Instagram feed. I will have like nature topics on like my whole Instagram just did like a whole 360. It just completely changed. And I love it.
And I feel like more people are connecting with you because of it too. So that's amazing.
Yes, exactly.
So with that being said, like if someone were to be watching your testimonial and being like, oh, like I'm a nail tech, I'm new, like I'm now thinking about this program. What's something that you would say to them if they're struggling, or now that you're on the other side of it, that you can kind of give as like insight, advice, or just words of encouragement, anything on top of your mind?
it's not all that bad. And I'm not saying like the program, because the program's amazing. I mean, like, you're gonna make it if you put your mind there. Like, if you just say, I'm gonna do this, and you do it, the reward from just being like doing exactly what you said you're gonna do is the best thing. Like, it's a bigger reward than just like receiving something. It's because you worked hard for it. That feels way better. And also, another piece of advice for like a nail tech in particular, to not stress too much about everything. Everything comes with time. So like my biggest stressor was like being really, really fast. Like I had this mentality, like, if I can do this like in an hour, no. Don't worry about time so much, because that was like a huge, huge thing. I mean, of course, time is money, but definitely practice your skill before you think you got to get it done in a certain time constraint. Because I tell you, the payoff from just doing that is major.
Yeah. That comes with like that maturity in the way that you think, because it's the quality of your work that matters more than the quickness that you do it in. And yeah, just, and not to stress over the things that really aren't moving the needle forward, because at the end of the day, yes, time is money, but you can learn how to charge for the effort and the energy that you're putting into that service to have that reputation that you really want to be known for, because that's really what everything's based off of, is that reputation.
Yep. And your clients will love you more for it, to be quite honest, because I used to work at a salon, and they had already liked me because of my quality, but now it's like, it's come to a point where it's like, you can't find me anywhere else. Like, you can probably take a design and try to replicate it, but just know it doesn't hit the same, because it's me doing it that makes it special. Like, that's just really what it is.
And that's the beautiful thing about, I feel like, where you've gotten to, because now people can discover you, they know that you exist, and they see that value in you, because you've been able to share that in your content. You've been able to connect better with people, both in person and online. And, you're starting to grasp the things that really matter in terms of your growth, and where you can kind of try to expedite results, and where it's just going to take time, and that's okay. There's a beautiful balance in that. So it's been amazing to see your growth. I'm so excited and so happy that you came on and shared a little bit about your experience with us. Was there anything else that you wanted to add before we hop?
Anything else that I wanted to add? Listen, if you get a coach and her name just happens to be Jesselyn, I'm just saying you'll be perfectly fine.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, that means the world to me. If you guys are watching this and you're interested in Fill Your Books, or if you're curious, if you don't even have to be 100% sure, to be honest, we would love to meet you. We would love to talk to you. Head over to fillyourbooks.com. Watch some more testimonials like this. Really start to connect with other people and their stories. Fill out an application. That way you can chat with someone, ask them questions, really see if this is right for you. And even like Lydia, like her first conversation, she couldn't do it. But at least she now knew what she had to do, and she was able to make the call, and this decision is changing the trajectory of her business and of her life. And so I want that for you. And so all you have to do is really just schedule a call and have a conversation, and hopefully I will see you guys on the other side.
Yes.
Yes.